Hey, my beautiful mystical wolf soul tribe. This one is for the Pisces, Aquarius, Cuspers, those wild dreamers with cosmic wisdom and a little bit of rebellion in their soul. If it's felt like life's been perhaps pushing you through emotional plot twists with no scripts, you're not alone. July is a month of deep inner rewrites, divine timing, radical upgrades, but it all starts within. And today, Spirit has a message for you. So, what we're going to do is we're going to tap in. First, while I'm busy shuffling the deck and getting the cards out, I'm going to dive in to what is happening in the cosmos for you. Right, so this is the first time we're doing a reading like this for the Pisces Aquariuses. Let me know in the comments, hit that like button if you would like me to continue doing videos for you guys. Right? Interaction, letting me know, lets me know to continue. Right, so beautiful souls, thank you for hitting that like button. July has been really a cosmic remix, especially for you cusp souls. It all started on the 4th of July when Venus met Uranus, shaking up love, money, your sense of worth. And then later that night, Jupiter, your Pisces side ruler, went retrograde, asking you to release old illusions and return to what's real. And then around the 7th, Uranus has went into Gemini. Your voice, your ideas, how you show up creatively, it's all being stirred. You may be craving freedom. I almost said wisdom. I don't know why wisdom wanted to come out, but I meant to say freedom, clarity, or simply space to, speak your truth. Then, yesterday we had a full moon in Capricorn, and that was lighting up your deep emotions and karmic endings. So if you've been, letting go of fears, patterns, or perhaps control, you're right on cue. And with Saturn retrograde arriving around the 13th, things may feel a little bit slow, maybe uncertain, but don't worry. Spirit isn't denying you, it's rebuilding you. Trust the pause. So, beautiful souls, let's take a deep breath. Hold it and release. And let's get the cards out. The first time we're doing a Cultic's cross here. So let's see how it is gonna go. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's move it up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, and let me know if you like it this way. Let me know, beautiful souls. All right. So let's dive into these cards and see what a spirit wants you to know right now. So let's get out card 1, which is your present. Okay, we have the 5 of Swords. Do go ahead and hit that like button. I would really, really appreciate the positive energy exchange. And let me know if you like it this way. So in your present, perhaps, all right, timelines can be different for all Pisces, Aries, Cusp. So remember to take what resonates and leave the rest. So right now, if this is the present, we have the 5 of Wands. Your energy feels a little bit scattered, maybe like you juggling maybe too much, maybe competing energies, or maybe it's people around you that is pulling you in different directions. All right, you may be trying to hold your center, but there's a lot of noise in the field. Now this does tie perfectly to Mars in Virgo, which may have you feeling like you need to do it all, perfectly, organized, fixed, push. But, Spirit is just saying, breathe, relax. Remember to take always that deep breath and just release it slowly, And not every battle is yours to fight. And yeah, pick where your energy goes. All right. Let's have a look here at the challenge. So the challenge is the chariot. All right. Perhaps staying focused and moving forward without burnout, right? The chariot wants you to charge ahead, but I mean, with Saturn retrograde in Aries, it might just be slowing things down, maybe for a reason. It's not that you've lost your way, it's just that, Spirit wants you to drive with intention, not panic, and just trust the pace. All right. Card number 3. It is the root, while we have the sun. Underneath it all, your soul, I feel your soul wants freedom and joy. You perhaps craving clarity, warmth, truth, to feel seen and to shine again. And this really does echo the Neptune retrograde in Aries, which may have also maybe stirred a little bit of doubt. But, the sun says your light hasn't gone out, right? It's just been hidden under perhaps old fears. And, it is safe to lead your joy. It's safe to let joy lead you. That came out all wonky. All right. So let me know how this is resonating so far with you. I know everybody's stories are different. So on the past, we have the Eight of Pentacles. So perhaps you've been working hard or were working hard, maybe in silence. You've been maybe refining your craft, putting in some effort, staying grounded. And this is actually going quite nice with that full moon in Capricorn that we had on the 10th, where and we still, while I'm recording this, is in actually the period of the 10th, right? So maybe when you do see this video or a few days later, this will more fit in, or perhaps depending on what your situation is. But the full moon in Capricorn was a time of release, especially around maybe overworking, perfectionism. And I feel that cycle is really going to start wrapping up, and Spirit saying you have proved yourself. Now it's time to receive. So diving into card 5, it is your conscious effort. All right. So, equal give and take. 6 of Pentacles. I feel like in your heart and your mind, you seeking balance, especially in relationships, energy, and money. You perhaps want support, but you also want to feel useful. And, even with the sun moving into Leo around the 22nd, and then we also have Mercury going retrograde in Leo also on the 18th. Okay, so Mercury will go retrograde the 18th, and the sun will move into Leo the 22nd. Your focus is going to be really towards shifting how you perhaps show up for others, and maybe how you show up for yourself, for you, just make sure that it is not one-sided. All right. The 8 of Swords is your near future. It's coming up. Mental traps, fears, feeling stuck in your own head. Now, if this energy does come through in the near future, what beliefs are keeping you perhaps boxed in? It's really time to unbind yourself. And this also lines up well with the Mercury retrograde energy. You may doubt your words, maybe your worth, or maybe your clarity. And, Spirit's coming through, don't believe every anxious thought. Instead, rewrite your story. Now, I'm going to steal something from somebody else I heard, another reader, that he said that every time, I don't know if you're not home all the time, you can't do it. But perhaps if you are home, every time you have a bad negative thought, go brush your teeth. He says it works. So perhaps if you are at home and you're able to brush your teeth, um, and you're having a negative thoughts, or thoughts are busy swirling in your head, go brush your teeth and look in the mirror and tell yourself positive things, all right? The opposite of the negative. Maybe if you're not at home and you like gum or mint sweets, maybe you can carry that on you. So perhaps if you're in a workplace or you're out in public and that negative thoughts come through, perhaps you can just pop a mint in, refreshing your mouth, and you tell yourself mentally the positive of opposite what you're thinking. Okay. All right. Let me know, what do you think of that? Okay. That really stuck with me, that I heard yesterday. All right. Looking at card 7, this is going to be all about you. We have the devil. This is your current state. This doesn't mean that you're bad or doing anything wrong. It just means you're aware of what is keeping you bound. This could be, maybe it's an old habit, a toxic pattern. Maybe it's a mindset that says that you are not enough. And that is all not true. And I believe that you are aware of that. And just changing your mindset. And this also does echo quite well with Chiron upcoming a retrograde around the 30th, at the end of the month, where deep wounds may come up to heal, want to be healed. And Spirit saying that you are not your fear, you are not your past, and it's now time to choose freedom over familiarity. All right. Let's have a look at what's happening in your environment. Let me know how this is resonating with you. 7 of Wands. So I feel here your environment may feel a little bit combative. There we go. The word I think came out right. Like you have to perhaps defend your space, maybe your beliefs, or perhaps your choices. The 7 of Wands shows others might not fully understand your growth right now. And that's okay, because not everyone needs to understand where you are. All right. You just need to be happy with where you are and understand what you're going through. All right. Not everybody needs to understand. And this even goes well with that energy of Uranus in Gemini. People are really going to start speaking louder, acting more unpredictably. So definitely don't let any outside noise, other people, doesn't matter who they are, drown your inner truth. All right. You are allowed to protect your peace. So let's have a look at card 9. 7 of Pentacles, hopes and fears. Maybe you wondering, will all the effort that you've been putting in pay off? Now, the 7 of Pentacles is all about patience and faith, right? You probably, maybe you fear wasting time, but you also hope your soul's investment blooms into something real. And it will. You just have to have faith and patience. It's gonna pay off. And this also aligns well with all this, a lot of retrograde happening this month, right? Perhaps if this video does well and we get a lot of likes and interaction, we'll do weekly videos. So let me know how this is resonating with you, or if you like this video. I know not everything might resonate with you. Maybe later on when you come back, you're like, wow, but yeah, if you want, if this video does well, or Aquarius-Pisces videos do well, like the Pisces Aries, then we'll definitely do more videos, perhaps weekly, because I did plan out a schedule. So I'm going to go where Spirit tells me. All right. But obviously you as the viewer needs to also come through, right? So anyway, where were we? Yeah, so this really does align well with that Mercury retrograde and the Venus in Gemini, that combo, right? There's like a desire to see that growth, to feel seen, But Spirit says not everything blooms overnight, right? You cannot climb that mountain overnight, all right? That seed of that flower that you planted doesn't grow and bloom overnight, right? But you just need to keep watering, just trust, believe, have faith. Something is definitely growing beneath the surface. All right. The last card here is the outcome. All right. This is death and rebirth. Your last card, outcome. And yeah, we're ending with the death and rebirth. Total transformation. So I feel here that whatever chapter is closing in your life right now, or is about to close, or has already closed, whatever your timeline is, it's busy making space for something new. You're not who you were a few months ago, maybe even a few days ago. Things change all the time, right? And that is a good thing. You're transforming all the time. You're growing, all right? And this also even goes well with Chiron going retrograde around the 30th, Venus entering Cancer the 31st. This is like in emotional and spiritual evolution, that you shedding the old skin. We are in the year 9, the snake year, shedding old skin. You are softening where perhaps you once started hardening, and now you're choosing healing over fear. All right, and that is where Spirit is leading you. And Spirit says you not breaking down, you are not broken, you are breaking through. That's what I'm hearing from Spirit. So my beautiful Pisces, Aquariuses, or Aquarius Pisces, however you want to put it, let me know in the comments how this reading resonated. Let me know in the comments. Yes, let me know, please. And if you are in this rebirth season, perhaps you can drop a blue heart in the comments, or that blue swirly emoji. Or perhaps you can even put a fire emoji, so we not that we're not alone in this wave. All right, so I'm sending you so much love and light, and I will see you in the next one.